Welcome back, everyone, to Data Science for Everyone. Today, we're going to be continuing our discussion on React.js, so let's get started. So in React.js, there's no special syntax for writing conditions. Instead, we can use all the same techniques we've learned in the past with just basic vanilla JavaScript code to use those conditional statements. Now, we're going to be doing some conditional rendering, and so let's go on and kind of create up kind of a bit of a case here. So we want to export default, and let's create up a function here, and I'm just going to call it my app. And inside of here, we want to have our standard code so far that we want to have a return, and we're going to have some sort of code coming out here. Now, for us today, we want to have some content. Okay, so, and this content actually needs to be put in parentheses here, and we're going to have it return some content. Now, specifically, let's say that we are having someone log in to a server. So let's say here, let content, and we're going to have something here of, let's say, if is logged in. So that means I had a successful login. We want to have content equal to or let's just say something like profile page. Okay, and else, so if they are not logged in or they were not successfully logged in, then we would have the content to go to the login page. Okay, just again, this is just a very quick example in here. Now we also need to, and again, I'm just going to hard code this in now. And so set let is logged in equal to true, just so that we can play with it now. So you would have a separate function here checking if people are logged in correctly. Maybe you'd link it up to your database to double check, verify that they have the right password and login, etc. But that's not our issue here today. We're just wanting to be able to create up a working example where we're using this React and JSX content. So the next thing we need, and if you notice here, you see these two red squiggly lines here. That's basically telling us we don't have these functions yet readily available to us. So let's go on and actually create them. So I also want to make this look a little bit nicer here, and let's go and create up a function here for our profile page. It doesn't take in anything. And we want this to return in here some content for us. So maybe we have an H1 tag that says welcome to just welcome user. Okay, and again, later on, you could do just like we did with that user page. You could have default content coming in, etc., and say something in here, just p value. Now let's get started. Okay, and I think that will be enough for that particular instance. Now, actually, all of this here, if you notice here, it's fussing with me. It wants to be wrapped in a JSX fragment, and we can do that. And it reformatted it for me, and that's okay, but I like to make sure and see that everything looks kind of clean and proper, and we can do it this way. So that's at least, it's trying to help you out whenever it can. Now let's also do another one here. We want a function. And this one, what did we call this? Login page. Login page, not going to take any parameters. It's going to return in here again, and we'll say we'll have an h1 tag, and we'll say, welcome, please log in. And then again, here I'm just going to put in just some boilerplate of use the correct username and password to log in. All right, so now we have everything settled. Again, remember, I'm just hard coding this in for now. We can go and have it run. So let's go here. And since I'm already inside of the folder, and here for my app, again, nothing's changed since last time. We do npm start. And again, if you're doing these back to back, you may already have things that are starting up, and that's okay. And there it is. Welcome, user. Now let's get started. Great. Now what happens if we go back here and we put this in for, let's change this to false. So this means that they haven't logged in yet. And notice, please log in, user, the correct username and password. So again, here, it would be use the correct username and password. So this is a nice way to start having, using conditionals to kind of create the content for a page. Now, we can also, in that way, we can also render lists if we so choose. So we could rely on a for loop. We could rely on a lot of other things. So maybe let's change this up to a profile. Instead of a profile page, this can be a shopping list page. Okay, and so let's actually go on and change this up. So here again, whoops, it has an issue with this. So let's go on and grab this, put this in there. Let's have this set to true. Oops. True. And again, you can see here, welcome user. Let's get started. And let's have this say, here is your, well, let's just give it a title and say shopping list. Okay, so here we have shopping list. Now let's get started. So now we want to potentially have our shopping list. So let's go on and make some shopping list content up here. So let's make this a constant here, and we want products to buy. And we want in here the item. And let's say that you want cabbage, ID is 1. And let's copy this. Oops. Let's do it at least maybe 5 times here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want cabbage, we want carrots, we want chicken, we want salt, and we want pepper, and of course one more in here, and let's say 6. We also need donuts. Okay, so now we see here product isn't currently being used, so we need to go inside of our component in here. So right down here for our shopping list, and let's go on and create up what we want here. So for this, we want const list items. And what we're going to be using here is we're going to use the map function to transform this array okay, of products into list items. Okay, and again, why do I keep doing that today? There we go. Const list items is equal to our products dot map here, and oops, we want product here, and we're going to go on and create up a list item here that's going to have a key is equal to, and this is going to be our product.id. Okay, and then it will actually have the product.item. I don't actually like the word item, so let's say name. Let's change, that's okay, I'm a little lazy to do that, so let's just keep it as item for now. I don't know why this. And let's add braces to it. Okay, well, it still seems to be, I think it's fine. Okay, so now it should make up a list of items in here. And we actually don't need this inside of our return, so let's remove this. That's why things are getting fussy. All right, and we're going to have it return. We want an unordered list of our list items. And technically this needs to be lowercase because this is not a React object there. So notice some things here that each of these items, okay, has a key attribute. Okay, so let me go back up here. They have a key attribute. So for each item in the list, we need to pass a string or a number that is uniquely identifies that item among its siblings. So using and usually a key should be coming from your data, such as our like an ID, a database ID. Okay, so like what we have here. Now, React can also use those keys to know what happened if you later insert or delete or reorder items. So, and we'll see how that works here in just a second. So now let's go through and change this to, well, this is true. And so it should go to our shopping list. And I think probably I forgot to put all of this. Once again, I forgot to put this inside of the JSX fragment there. Let me put this inside there. And this should be, oh, and this is products map, product. Let's see what it has here. Error product is not defined. All right, so let's take a look and see what happened here. Okay, so let's just go on and clean this up a little bit. Again, I forgot that this is just inside of the function in here. We're not actually making anything to permanent for the JSX. So let's go through, and if you notice, I removed that and I removed the curly brackets here. And we got to make sure that our map is working correctly. And that should take us here to get our list. Now, again, this doesn't look very good, so let's also go in here and add an h1 tag and say shopping list. Okay. And since we're adding in multiple things in here, there we go. We can put in our tags, and let's take a look now. All right, so now we have shopping list. We have cabbage, carrots, chicken, salt, pepper, donuts. And let's actually go through and just so that we have more items and we can make this look a little bit nicer. Let's also add in some extras in here. And let's say we want apples. We want to have oranges, and we want bananas as well. Okay, so besides, we want to kind of offset the donuts. Now, let's say that we want to add in a little bit of extra functionality here. So let's say that we want to have an is healthy. Or maybe we want to say something like, because most of the stuff on this list besides donuts is healthy. Yeah, we can do that. Or we can say is healthy. Okay, and so this can have a true because cabbage is healthy. And let's just copy and paste this through. Salt, let's say, is false. Pepper will be true. Donuts is false. Apples is true. Bananas. And let's say instead of bananas, instead of oranges, let's say cigs for cigarettes. Okay, and that's false. Okay, so we'll have 3 falses, 3 trues. Now what can we do with this? All right, well, we have gone on and we have added in this extra stuff, so we can maybe change in the color. We can add in some styles to it, okay? So if we go back down here to our list here, notice we have our key ID. All right, now let's also maybe give it some styling. Now remember, this goes inside of 2 curly brackets, okay? So we'll say color is for products dot is healthy. And we'll say it's going to be either blue if it's healthy. Let's make it navy. And else it will be fire brick if it's not healthy. Okay? So now if we save this, we should be able to go over here and notice, it grabbed everything to be false right now. So let's see what happened here. No, there should be cigarettes, donuts, and salt should be false. So did we do something wrong here? And this is healthy. Color products is healthy. Becomes true. If, then it gives us navy. Else, it gives us fire brick. Okay. All right, let me take a look and think about this for a second. Okay, and part of this is me being silly here. If we notice here, we have a lot of these that are numbered, and whenever I copied and pasted, I did not renumber them. So these needs to be 7, 8, 9. And let's double check here, saved. Let's refresh. Still not working, so let's go back through and double check a couple more things. All right, and another thing here, this is products. We actually need it by each product, okay, because we are running through and our mapping, okay, and so now, there we go. So now we have cabbage, carrots, chicken, salt is bad for you, pepper is good for you, the donuts are bad, and cigs are bad. So now we've been able to have this nice interactivity inside of a nice, clean looking function. We can change things up relatively easily. All right. If you guys like this and want more of this content, please comment, subscribe, and hit that like button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.